I'm Barata Fashola, and my partner is we are the Film Company, and we are here to present to you a database presentation with the title Nigeria Store Database from 2021 to 2022. And as we walk you through our project, we will also show you how we are able to append our 2023 data set also on the dashboard. Firstly, what is a data set? A data set is the collection of organized data in a standard form. And also, to be able to organize and collect our data, we use our Microsoft Excel to collect our data, analyze our data. Also, we are able to use it to create our dashboard. And also, when the data is not clean, it is an unclean data. So when we collected the data, so as part of organizing our data, is we're able to clean our data. We are also able to assign each manager to each store name. We have 5 managers and 5 store names. We have for the manager, we have Michael Brown, we have Chris Davis, John Dio, James Smith, and Emily Johnson. Also, we have 5 store names. We have the Gadget World, the digital store, we have the Tech Hub, PC Solution, and Electromats. So we are able to assign for each manager, we assign a store name to each manager. Like here, if we should filter only the digital store here, if we filter our electromats here, we have only Emily Johnson. That is, for any electromat store, it is the manager of the store is Emily Johnson, and we have 5 locations for all of our products. We have the location at Ibadan, Port Harcourt, Abuja, Lagos, and Kano. So on our data set, we have the product ID, we have the dates that each of the products was bought, we have the manager name, the store name, we have the location, we have items. Our items, we have various of items that is ranging from phone accessories to laptop accessories, and we have quantity sold, the cost, that is the amount we bought each item, and also we have the price we sold each items. We have total cost, that is for 21 quantity of mouse that we sold for 227 naira. We sold it for 4,767 naira. So, and for our total price, that is for the amount, the total cost, the amount we bought it, and the total price is for every 21 quantity of mouse, we were able to sell it at 11,655 naira. And also our profits, we were able to generate our profits by subtracting our our total price from our total cost. And for each month, we have the months here, the months that each items were brought, and the days that each items were brought. So as we walk you through our project, we'll be able to tell you how we analyze it, how we summarize it, and also how we're able to create our dashboard. And here we have the number of rows we have here. We have 2,000 rows and 14 columns on our data sets. So moving to our analysis, where we have the pivot table. Our pivot table is used to analyze and summarize our data, and also it connects our data to our dashboard, the pivot table. So we're able to create for each data set, we're able to create our pivot table. Here we have the manager pivot table, the items, we have for the month, the region, we have for the store name, the dates, and we have our total sales and our average sales, our total price, sum of quantity, and total profit here. Sum of quantity, that is all of the quantity of the items sold. We have sum of profits, the amount of the profits. We have sum of total price, the total price for every product, and we have our average daily sales. So my partner here will continue from the dashboard sheets.
Thank you very much. So I will continue from the dashboard. Here, she has already explained what our pivot table is all about, and here is the connection. From the first, here, this place, we have our slicers, and our slicers here, it makes it easy for us to navigate each and everything we need on our dashboard. So here we have the location-based profits. The location-based profits is all about a particular location, the profit they made from every product they sold. And here we have our item-based profits. Each we have, this is our items, and it has every item have their own profit itself. So we have the monthly based profit. The monthly based profit is like she has shown us on the pivot table. We were able to analyze the data sets by bringing out our monthly sales and our profits. So here we have, so here, for example, if we click on our cable, we'll be able to see what we made from our we'll be able to see what we made for the whole month. For example, we have Jodo. What he makes here. So what he, it's not clear. So what he makes here is so here we can see that the manager based profit based on what they were able to. This one is the cable. So for what they made, this is the profit. Why this is the sales? This is the profits for Emily Johnson. Why this is the sales? And here, which is the monthly based profits from January to December. This is what they made on cable, only for cable. And also the store, each store, like she has said earlier, she made mention of 5 stores, and each store were able to make this amount of profits from selling only cable. And this is the manager and the profits, what they made on cable, only cable, what they made on cable. So we were able to, Chris Davis was able to make 21%, Emily Johnson 16%, and the rest. So also, we have our top items and top manager. Here we have the top manager as Chris Davis for making 43 million, and the top item, which is charger, and we have 12% of their profits and 24% of their profits too. Also here, these are our metrics for the profits, quantity sold. For the top manager here, this is the profits. This is the profits he made for all the items being sold, and this is the quantity sold. He sold 51,817 items to make this particular profit, and the total sales he made, like we've shown you earlier, what the top manager is doing, what he sold, and this is the total sales here, just to make it clear. And the average daily sales is 79. So if you want to know what each region made, this is what Abuja made. The profits for Abuja, whether it has to do with all the managers and all the stores. So what Abuja location made for the whole month, for the whole year, this is it. And they made 9,649 quantities of items, and the total sales too. We also have the average daily sales for the whole month in Abuja. So here we have the recommendation of. So the recommendation from what we got from this project is any company, any store that doesn't make much sales per year should be provided what they need. For example, if looking at Tech Hub, they made the lowest sales. So we try to look at what is the reason why they made lower sales, and maybe it's one cable that they were not able to sell, or maybe they don't have much customers. So what data analysis and what Microsoft Excel helped us to look at is what is the reason why they didn't make much sales. So the recommendation we make from this little from this little project we've done is that whether the manager is not performing well, then the overall or the company itself should find a means or a way of making that manager to improve more in their sales. And if it is not having much products, or they are having overdue products, they can always maybe put discounts on overdue products so that they can sell it on time. And if there is no much product on time, they should always take note to what their customers are always demanding, so that it won't be that maybe a customer is asking for printer and they are not giving them the printer, and they are like, please come back next tomorrow, and then the customer comes back next tomorrow and the printer is not available. There's no how that customer will come there again to buy anything, because the customer will be like, no, they don't have what I want. So the recommendation we give is, if there is any overdue item, it should be sold on discount, and if there is any product that is not of brand, it should be provided for that store, so that they can sell on time. And also they should make use of Excel to check whatever thing is going on in their company, so that they can have adequate sales. Thank you. And in conclusion, we were able to realize that Microsoft Excel was able to make our work easier in business analysis. Whatever business you are doing, there's no how you won't need Microsoft Excel for your business in order to make things easier and have more, let me say, quick access to your things. Thank you. Sorry, there is something that we forgot to add. Here we said 2021 to 2022. We want to add 2023. Part of the things that I said earlier is Microsoft Excel makes our work easier. So assuming a company has years of sales, and they are trying to combine everything together into a single dashboard, so that it won't be like, I have a data set for 2021, I have 2022, 2023. Will I keep on creating the same dashboard for each year? No, there is an easier way to do it. So here we already made 2021, 2022 together here. So we'll be appending 2023, so that you will see how it's easier to do. So this is the 2023. You can see here we already filtered and we already cleared our cleaned our data set, and you can see here there is quantity, cost, and price. And here we can see that there is total cost, total price, profit, month, and day. So Cohort gave us the ability to gives us the ability to click on the next cell, then Go to our 2023 data set. Highlight and copy. Eh? Eh? Okay. Then we copy it. Then here we paste it. Can you see it's automatically filled in the remaining? The total cost, the total price, profit, month and day. That is what Excel is all about, to make your work easy. So if you go to the dashboard, it has already automatically fit in everything that you need. So there is no need of creating another dashboard for 2023, 2024, 2025. Actually, the project is from 2021 to 2025. But just for our viewers to see what we are doing, that's why we only do 20% 2022. And then 2023, we can do it in front of everyone to see. Thank you.
Very impressive. You actually broke down everything, like almost everything, if not everything. And but my own question is, what makes data unclean? Okay, let's say unclean data. What does it mean? What does it mean? And what's the big deal? Can make it unclean?
What makes our data not to be clean is there are many. We have different things. For example, here we might be having incorrect dates. For maybe year 2021, then under this month we should be having maybe 13. We don't have 13th month. So we have to filter it to check whether there is, this is how we filter. Okay, like what I said earlier, like we have 2021, then this Excel makes us to check whether there is any date that is incorrect. If you have incorrect dates, we might be having problem in our subsequent analysis. And also, maybe there is duplicates. For example, part of the things we did in our project was we have maybe 2 stores allocated for 5 managers. And it is not possible to have 5 managers for just 2 stores. So a manager for 1 store, whether the store is in Kano, Lagos, Port Harcourt, Abuja, it should be allocated for just 1 manager, not 5 managers for 2 stores or 1 store. So that is what filter is all about. So we bring out the unwanted things we don't want in our data set.
How do you do that? Is it the work of Microsoft, or you are the one that check one after the other? This one is not there, check the date. Or yeah. Microsoft Excel is going to determine or discover those unclean ones.
Okay. We can see that there is a button on this on the headers here. So when we click on the headers, so sometimes, okay, when we click on the header, sometimes maybe we type blank. If we type on blank, there might be blank on the columns and rows. So it will take us to those blanks. And at the same time, we might go down and on these filters. So when we go down, we will see maybe something that doesn't correlate with what we want.
It's going to discover,
yes,
where the problem is.
Yes.
Hold on. The dashboard. How many are you? Are you just 2?
No, sorry, for 4.
It's 2 hours.
Yes.
Okay, looking at this dashboard, it shows that probably one of you is the designer, because it's built out there's something we call website students. You know what we're talking about color. So we go color combination, we're trying to talk about using the color at the right places. And talking about the chart as well, or diagram. It shows when we are able to combine with the navy blue, with the what's it called, the red. So you're able to see, okay, it is distinctive to compare to see this the lower one and the higher one. Also, I can see what I've been able to discover here is also the fonts used. They are okay, they are legible and they are readable. So, and you are able to arrange them for easy access or for easy identification. Well done. So let's say you have 2022 now, 2023. You want to have you have data for now. Easily, we just
Yes, the
automatically
even
correct
the year will change itself.
self-filter.
Yes.
Because another thing I like about organization, actually everyone who has presented have really done well. And it's not easy to make a presentation, seriously. But you are able to give us the practical of what you have done behind the scene. You did, at least you give us a brief of it here while presenting, so it's a good job. So probably when we are going to have a major presentation, the final presentation, we'll have something like this as well. So we'll be looking forward to see something like this. Every other presenter too. So well done.
Thank you, sir.
Any other question?
Okay, I actually like the presentation because it actually starts from the data and how you are able to get all those, how you are able to do all those things. But I have a problem with the dashboard. I think the dashboard is it's too much. So it is more like it is modeled up. There are so many things in the dashboard. I'm thinking that maybe you could remove like one or two to actually give it to actually make it more organized. And then I think the slider, so the contrast, we use what color is that? White on. So it's not visible enough. Yes. And then from your recommendation, you said that you should give discounts on the overdue. What do you mean by overdue?
The overdue that I'm talking about is, there are some times when you sell products that are not in trend, that are not in vogue. People won't even want to buy. For example, you are selling a phone of maybe, okay, let me say an iPhone that everybody knows about. And you are still selling the first generation of iPhone 5. If you are still selling iPhone 5, people might not even want to buy. It will be there in your shop. So if you don't put discount, assuming the phone is worth maybe 200,000, people would rather put more money to buy iPhone 14. So the best thing you can do is to put discount. Like, okay, we'll sell it for 800,000 to attract customers. If you sell it for 80,000 naira, people will definitely come and buy. They will buy, okay, let me buy it for my baby. So that is why I said discount should be put on overdue products or items.
I got that, but I'm thinking that it should be about the product. What if my product, the product I'm selling is not even gadget? Maybe it is something edible, something that can actually get bad. So how do I make a discount on something that is overdue? Considering the product, though, I'm not talking of gadget is actually okay. But when I'm talking about something that can actually spoil, so are we saying that we can get a discount on something that can actually get spoiled overdue?
Based on the project we are working on, we are working on an item gadget.
Okay.
That is why we listed. That's why I showed you the items we were working on. Assuming it is on perishable goods, then that will not be our conclusion. Thank you.
Want to commend the speakers generously for their submissions. Yet I have some concerns I need them to clarify. Part of it is I see that they are not being consistent in terms of where they stand. You see, in the beginning, the first speaker mentioned that this was the data they gave to us, But in the course of the presentation, they took ownership. We sold this for this amount, and now we are making this amount of money, X, Y, and Z. So I was bothered. Are you part of the company? Are you a sales rep? Or you know, I need some verification regarding your presentation. So this is the amount we sold this one, and this is the amount. And at some point, you claim to be neutral, a neutral person. This was data they gave to me, but now I am able to go making the money. This is the output project I have made. This one, this is so I need clarification around that. Second thing is when you were giving your recommendations. So it was very generic. You were not very specific. Because when you come up with a recommendation and you are saying, you know, when we are able to come up with any company, I think we have to be specific here. You know, because most of the decision you want to make here is you need to go against maybe we've got to, you know, talk based on the data we have at hand, what we have at our own disposal. So that whatever insight we are able to draw can be supported with the data we have on our dashboard, rather than being generic or, you know, trying to guess. So we should avoid guess game here. We should speak based on the available data we have with us. So, and the last also, the other thing you mentioned is, you say you assigned, you know, a store to, you know, I think you don't have any business with, if I decide to say I want 5 managers to manage a store. If you want to, you know, say you want to assign a store to, you know, a manager, it has to be with the stakeholders. For example, maybe I want them to, maybe we are all brothers, we are siblings, for example, and we are all managers here. So for you to say you assign, you know, a manager to a store, it must be together with the stakeholders. What we are having here, we have some, you know, about 5 managers in mounting one store. What do you think? Is this what you really want? They should be the one to tell you that, okay, see, Abuja is meant for Mr. Chris. And those names too, I have some questions around it. You know, the stores are Nigerian based. All of the names I see, I don't see any local names there. So I want to believe you are not leaving our own.
Let me start from the last.
You know,
I think I want to disagree with you concerning the issue of assigning 5 managers to the function. I think that's illogical. Yes, because although what I think we can do is that we can managers is generic, but we can only give them maybe assistant manager. We can change the name, different position.
what is changing?
It's not their role.
What is the owner?
Okay, let's start from. Is it me? Now we don't have.
Yes, for example, you know, we have 5 stores. What was the wisdom behind to say you are in Abuja, I give you tech shop, I give you gadgets. You know, I think you need to meet the stakeholders, those who gave you the data. These are some of the things we discovered while trying to work on the data. So what will be your own? Then they can tell you, oh, it was an oversight. This data should be meant for so and so person. Not that you will be the one to now decide on your own and say because this is missing, then you are now at liberty to do whatever and you know, whatever. So that is my concern. Can you please clear that out?
Okay, let me start from. We only work on names, like they are Nigerian based. From the heading itself, it says Nigerian store. So we are working on Nigerian store, not outside Nigerian store.
The names.
And yes, we can have people outside the country managing store here. Yes, we can have it. So the why we assigned each manager with each store is because from the data set itself there were a lot of errors. So we have to filter by removing the duplicates. From here we can see that we have 5 states and 5 names, store names.
Sorry to bother you. We are not addressing my concern. My concern is what was the logical reason why you have to say this is to Mr. A and this is to
I'm getting
Mr.
there.
B. You know, I understand that what you have, if there's a gap, you need to fill based on what you have in the data set. But I am saying you need to talk to the stakeholders. You should not be the one to take the decision.
I am getting there. So here we have the gadget world, digital store, the tech hub, electromagnetic and PC solution. Let me say when we got the data, we were from the source. So the source told us to. So from the source, no, who is the source does not matter here. When we get a big deal from outside, nobody would ask who gave it to you. We are working on the gig. So let us say this is the gig right now. So from the source, we were told to assign so manager to so store. That's it. Thank you.
Have you answered all the
Yeah, sorry. Let me say. We are just trying to be part of the stakeholders, which is not right.
Then I also say this. I think I can see that generally, beyond each team's presentation, all of the teams are working together. Because why do I have this to say? I discovered that the penultimate group that presented just now was there to support those on the hot seat by telling them something needs to be enabled. So this showed an extended, teamwork, between all of these teams. So that means, instead of talking about teamwork between a team, we also have this inter-team relationship, for them to say, okay, I think you've got to do this, you've got to get it right. I think you've got to applaud, them for all of it.
One thing I need to add is that, please, when we have a different explanation about you will speak, you have to, because you have to talk to stakeholders. How do you understand what you are trying to do? What you are trying to defend? So, you know that you are speaking about stories, but you just have to complete stuff. Ashibai, that's me, right? Man, it's me. I saw you. I hope you understand. So, because one of the key of presentation is communication. Effective communication has to be effective. And I think then I wish I think we have had very brilliant presentations, seriously. If nobody, we are surprised to say you all or most of you all just started from bottom scratch. And in how many months you have been able to do this? It's very, very impressive. And I want to give a good kudos to the instructor. Showed he has done a great job. And more of the some other executives. What you want to get, what the motivation of you want to get in the results. That's why I said something the first day. I said, if anybody brings 1 million naira, I want to teach me this. But the person is so serious. No, it's not public. What we want, the result. What we want is the results. What you are trying to do, what you have been able to achieve after sacrificing your time, your money, spend everything. So, and this is what we want to preach for the final day, the motivation. I know some people started with you and they didn't even get to this stage because of little challenges. They say, I don't understand it anymore. Someone even told me, what's me is wrong. But you just have to, and I know some people joined in the middle. Like Ola came later and some other people. And I even know some others who are not even that punctual with class, coming to class before. Behind the scene, behind the class, they connect with others, they ask questions, and so. And I was even told some like you, like they are there and play some others. They even call after the class, trying to ask questions. How do you do this? How do you do that? And Some even stay back after the class. So that like yesterday on the left I had six or seven years. Imagine. I'm happy. I'm very, very happy, seriously, very happy. And I hope IT students can learn one or two things there. You can see the motivation, you can see what they have done. They started in January now. I think it was 27th of January. 27th of January. Despite the odds, despite all challenges, despite Ramadan, and most of them are even family people. It's not easy, not like any area too. So it's not easy. See the two final presenters now. They both have kids, and combining it with homework, all those aspects, it's not just easy. Yes, they find the time, they sacrifice their time, everything, just to give us this beautiful presentation. It's not easy, seriously. So I want you to learn one or two things here, and we hope when you get your own time, do something better. But they really want to judge you by that time. Well done. Final notes.
Okay. Now, so I did the test. So, but I want us to go back to our core objective. Our core objective is to relate anything we are doing to physical scenario. In time we understand the environment. Whether it's electricity, ẹ sọ fún wa pé irú business alájẹ ìdílé sábà ló ń kíkẹ́ báyìí ní tí ó fi ẹkùn wọn lélẹ̀ ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ sọ fún wa bẹ́ẹ̀. Ìlú àwọn abẹ́ta brẹ́sà àwọn ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tábà ní fún yín owó yín income yóò tún lè kí yóò tún increase báyìí láì ṣe. So that is how we can convince where this tech is affecting them and it will automate their processes. So I want us to take note of that. About my final presentation, I think I make sure we are related when you get down you understand. So you come on you don't have to you know where you calculate your and make it shoot where you how you pẹ̀lú tábà lo method yìí o tábà bá ṣiṣẹ́ lórí ẹ̀ o a mọ̀ iye ten àlóṣù ẹ̀ sì mọ̀ iye ten tí púpọ̀ fìlẹ̀ tájú ní àlùbọ́ọ̀sì ṣáwọn sáà lọ́dún sọ so ẹ jẹ́ ká mú fún mi that is just my so but nonetheless you have impressed us so data analytics ọ̀gá ni wọ́n láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ àwọn web data ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ àwọn product ìwádìí àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ àwọn gbogbo àwọn
we have web and